Listen to this staggering number, 28,707. That's the number of gun violence deaths so far this year. This is according to the Gun Violence Archive. That's 28,707 families impacted this year alone. Now, there's some that say gun manufacturers need to be held accountable themselves, the same way that big tobacco was held responsible for lung cancer. One of the people who believes that is the mayor of the great city of Kansas City. He's also the co-chair of a coalition of mayors. It's called the Mayors Against Illegal Guns, and he joins us now. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for being here. Yes, you sued a gun manufacturer for their practices, and what you thought they were doing, or you said they were doing, was they were essentially kind of skirting federal law themselves and being a part of illegal weapon distribution. Do you think there are a number of manufacturers that are doing that?
I believe there are. I think what we saw in that situation was just the tip of the iceberg. In too many places, we have gun distributors, gun manufacturers who are not following the rules. And very simply, we're not trying to infringe on anybody's Second Amendment rights. We are trying to say that manufacturers, distributors, and traffickers need to follow federal law.
Now, Mr. Mayor, you think they're just not keeping up with their responsibility, or do you think a lot of this is intentionally trying to get around law because it impacts their bottom line to be able to get more of their weapons on the street, no matter how they get them there?
I think it is trying to get around the law. You can see guns sold, AR-15 sold on Facebook and any number of other areas. They are not trying to follow the law because being able to get a gun quickly and easily is how these folks are making money. They don't want to wait through a waiting period. They don't want to actually have people wait through registration. What they are trying to do is actually get guns out as fast as they can, as high capacity as they can, to try to sell more than anybody else. And what they're doing is violating the law every step of the way of doing that.
Do you believe, and how do you believe, that some gun manufacturers are marketing in a certain way that maybe violates law?
I think it is a lot like what we saw with tobacco companies 25 years ago. Any of us of a certain age remember when you could get points for buying certain types of tobacco, you could get gear and clothing. Our gun manufacturers largely are doing that same thing today, trying to get guns out in the hands of people to increasingly younger audiences and more.
Do you also believe there are some racial undertones to what we're seeing in the marketing? Can you explain?
Well, I think absolutely. First of all, they know often where some of the guns are being used, displayed, whether they be videos, whether they be trying to at least say in a way that certain types of culture, certain types of black culture, need that sort of firearm to be tougher or stronger. And we see them doing this again and again in how they're getting guns to people, how people are purchasing them, how they're even sharing and selling them on social media. They know what they're doing. In case you wonder if it's just kind of happenstance that we see certain weapons displayed, whether they be in videos, whether they be in adverts or on Facebook. It actually is something that is actually being structurally done by them. We want to be able to get to discovery and more lawsuits and bring those types of challenges so those practices are stopped. Again, somebody can go out and buy a gun and they can do that legally if they follow the rules. What we are not trying to see is this very, I think, type of shady practices, frankly, that are trying to get guns in the hand of more and more people, trying to scare more and more people, and trying to say to be a tough guy, no matter your background, you need to have a stronger and stronger capacity firearm. That's what we're looking to stop violent crime, to stop school shootings in America, and certainly to stop murders every day on the streets of Kansas City.
Do you have any plans right now to go after any more gun manufacturers?
Absolutely, yes. We are working with mayors from around the country. I had a meeting at Gracie Mansion in New York the other day. We are all evaluating more and more steps we can take. In that situation, we talked about efforts in Baltimore, New York City, and Kansas City. Expect more cities to join us, and certainly we'll go back after anyone who's committing any bad faith practice that threatens the safety of our public and our young people.
Kansas City Mayor Quinton Lucas. Sir, you said you were at Gracie Mansion the other day. If you swinging through New York, we expect you to come by the studio next time, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Good to have you here. Thank you so much, and we will see you down the road.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.